So you mentioned this problem about the halo, so I want to go ahead and take a quick couple minutes here, kind of talk about this. Now, what I have done at this point, so I've gone to Edit, I've gone to Preferences, I've gone to Guides, Grids, and Slices. I've dropped my grid down to subdivisions of less than an eighth of an inch, basically, so just so I can get some kind of even transition in size. Now, I've already set that, so I just want to cancel it out. And I'm going to go to my marquee tool. This is M for a shortcut. And I'm going to add some of these in here. Now, this is going to look a little different than yours, but the guide here is to kind of show you, different ways of doing this without getting this halo. So I'm using my eyedropper to select that color. And notice I'm working this all on a separate layer. So again, I want to go to my marquee. Now I'm going to move some of these around, and I'm not too concerned right now where they're positioned, but I will be as this goes on. And what I may do is pause this to give me an opportunity to finish this quickly without having to make you wait through this. It's a little slow here. And you can turn off that back layer if it's distracting you. I don't really have a whole lot of problems with it. So you can see where I'm at. I'm up to these two. And I'm going to do something a little different than I think you did. And I'm going to probably use the transform tool to move these into position. Now that may also give me some of those jagged edges, but there's also ways we can work around that too if we really need to. So basically this is a little larger than what you were aiming for, but you're getting the idea, I hope. Let me go back to this layer. I'm using my move tool now with V, and I just want to push this over just a little bit. Let's go ahead and leave it lined up, because what we're going to do, I'm going to click both of these layers, I'm going to merge layers, and I'm going to go ahead and edit, transform, and I can do a couple different things. We're going to just go ahead and do warp. I need to get these all selected though, unfortunately, so let's go to select. Sorry, I have to accept what I might change or undo it first. So I'm selecting all, edit, transform, warp. So this will help give me that little bit of bend you kind of had. And you kind of extend this middle part out a little bit. I'll go ahead and extend that out a little bit further. And you can play with this a little bit, depending on what you want. So basically at this point, I've kind of got that basic shape. And I'm not, at this point I don't have those halos. So let me pause this. I'm going to do the same process for the wings. Okay, so I've gone a little bit further. I've made a few of these changes that I was looking to make with adding. So there's your original. Basically I have this one wing out. Now this is all on its own layer. What I'm going to do is select all these. Now I used the smart guide to line them up, and I tried to keep with your little pattern of where the two colors that were the same size, and increase, change of color, increase, change of color. So when there was a size increase, there was a change of color. So I'm going to select those layers that they're on. I'm going to right click, I'm going to merge visible. Now what I can do from that point, excuse me, I don't want to have that last one in there too. I just want those. So what I can do from that point is I can select them all, and I can make some copies. So I can control C, control V, and I can just move them around a little bit. Now I'm going to have some flexibility on how I move these later on, but basically this is what I would do. And maybe, let's see, how many did you have here? We had 4. So I'm going to do one more. And I'm going to select all of these again. And in this time I'm going to copy merged layer. So edit, copy merged. And I'm going to pause, and I'm going to do this one last thing here. So let me pause. So I'm going to go ahead and do this in 2 parts. But at this point, all I've done is merge the layers, copied them all, pasted them, and then hit edit, transform, and flip to horizontal. And then we'll pick this back up here in a moment.